welcome to Yin in 10. As the name suggests, this is going to be a very quick 10-minute yin practice. We're only going to have time to get to 2 postures, but they will be really good for your connective tissue. They're a couple of my favorites. And then really more than anything, this is about just having a little timeout, a little mental reset. So you'll need a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, grab a pillow, maybe even a couple pillows or a folded up blanket. And we're gonna start in a seated straddle pose. So make your way down onto your mat and spread your legs out as wide as you can, bringing the bolster or pillow, whatever prop you have, out in front of you. See if you can right away relax your leg muscles, relax your feet, relax your toes, and then bring your hands out in front of you. Place them right on top of your prop. Right away, you may notice that this is plenty, right? And that's okay. If so, you're gonna stay right here. I want you to listen to your body. If you want a little more, you're gonna start to slowly walk your hands forward, maybe even coming on to forearms. Maybe letting your spine round slightly and starting to really surrender your upper body to gravity. You might find that you don't even need the prop, and if that's the case, you can get rid of it. But I want you to play around with exploring your first edge. So our edge is that sort of sweet spot, that balance between effort and ease, where we feel the intensity of the pose, but of course never pain, it's never too much. And once you find that first edge, give yourself a chance to be still, to hang out there, and to just notice. Notice what comes up on a physical level, on a mental level, on an emotional level. Knowing that whatever it is, it's a valid and worthy part of your experience, so no judgment. And then start to connect to your breath. Feeling a subtle rise as you breathe in, and a fall as you breathe out. Mindful that just as the breath is sort of a mirror for however it is you're feeling, meaning like if you're feeling stressed and anxious, your breath is probably going to be short and choppy. And if you're feeling, on the other hand, nice and relaxed, then your breath will automatically be slower, smoother, more relaxed as well. So being mindful of that, and also knowing that that works in both directions. So if you find that you're stepping onto your mat today with some nerves, start to hack your breath. Maybe you intentionally make it be a little longer or deeper or smoother or steadier. And maybe for a moment, maybe for a few moments, that starts to change the way that you feel. So just playing around with that while you're also exploring your edges. We're here for a couple more minutes. And if you, over time, feel yourself opening at that first edge, maybe you start to explore your next edge. Of course, no pressure for this. Listen to your body. If it feels appropriate, start to take yourself a little bit further, continuing to relax your legs and your feet, stretching out through the inner hips, the groin. This is also a nice stretch for the low back. And as you take these last several breaths in this position, I encourage you to let each exhale invite in greater relaxation. more surrender. Almost just allowing the force of gravity to take over as you sink deeper towards your prop or the earth. And as you find that your mind starts to wander, which it more than likely will, just gently remind yourself to come back to your breath. We'll take about 3 or 4 more right here before we move on to our next pose, our last pose in this class. So as you're ready, gently start to bring yourself up and out of your fold. We were here for a long time, so take your time transitioning out. Remember that these transitions between poses are almost, or maybe they are, just as important as the poses themselves. Once you come all the way up, you're going to take that bolster, set it off to the side for right now. Use your hands to lift your legs up, bring the knees together. We'll take those hands now, place them back behind the hips, and just windshield wiper your legs side to side. A little bit of counter action here before we move on. So our next pose will be a bridge pose, supported with that bolster. So go ahead and lie all the way down onto your back. Your feet will be under your knees. Right away, you're gonna lift your hips up, slide the bolster under, and set them back down. Arms out by the sides, palms face down or palms face up. You can close your eyes back down here if that feels comfortable. Consciously relaxing through the backs of the shoulders, through the hips. Feeling that connection between the soles of your feet and the earth. Making your way back into your breath. And just checking it out, right? This is just an exploration. So noticing, how does it feel to be here now? More importantly, how can I be fully here now? In this moment, for the next couple minutes, nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Enjoying this gift of presence. Experiencing the moment that you're in right now. If the mind is still giving you fits, allow it to happen. Notice that it's happening. So without judgment, we're not going to tell our human body to not do human things. It's just a part of the human experience, right? So allow it to happen, notice that it's happening, and then when you're ready, gently guide yourself back to your breath. Maybe just for a moment you find stillness in the mind. And if you don't, that's okay too. You can try again tomorrow. So for the purpose of this class, we'll take about 5 more breaths here. Again, with each exhale, can you surrender further? Can you soften deeper? Can you relax more and more being fully supported by your prop, by the ground. And this will bring us to the end of our time together. Of course, feel free to stay here for as long as you would like. But I thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Namaste.